back with its final compliance plan. We originally had a plan that was approved, and the overlay zones were not adopted by the township committee, and so we're in the process of exploring all legal-ish options and alternatives to see what can be done with respect to the fact that those overlay zones were to address an affordable housing component, and yet at the same time it's not that easy with the process to just take those zones and turn them into something else. There's quite a bit that goes into it, and you have Fair Share Housing taking the position that, well, if everyone starts moving the overlay zones, then these agreements will not mean anything, because then we're just going to have particular municipalities say, let's just change our overlay zone. We don't want this. We want it here. We want it there. So it's a very difficult process to make sure we get the special master and the Fair Share Housing in agreement with any type of different direction that the township may take. Any decision or agreement would be part of a public meeting and a public discussion. But right now we continue to work and try to explore those alternatives because at this point in time we do not have full compliance with our third round housing plan. We have community and protection, and all of that's in order. But as far as fulfilling the terms of the actual settlement agreement, those overlays still are out there for the township, and we continue to negotiate with Fair Share Housing to see if there are alternatives available. Fortunately, we don't have, this is what happens often when you have situations in other municipalities that want to change overlay zones. You have a developer who wants to develop the property running into court saying, what are you doing? You're getting in my way. That's not the case here. There isn't anyone that was suited to develop the property, so the court asked specifically if these overlay zones were to change, would there be any developer or landowner that would be challenging such a decision? And I don't believe that to be the case right now, because those properties fortunately were not part of any formal plan except for an overlay to make the obligation. So we continue to look at some alternatives. The time will run quickly as we do that, so and explore those options, and there are options that we're not at liberty to discuss at this point in time, because every option that's discussed, otherwise you're going to be in breach of essentially what is an agreement with Fair Share Housing and a court order. We have to speak about it internally and what the implications could be before we take that public action and we negotiate a settlement. So we continue to look at those options to find 99 affordable units in lieu of the 2 overlay zones, as the Township Committee gave that direction last November. And that's really been the most significant part of the affordable housing project right now, and obtaining that compliance. Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you.